you, and let's get on with today's session. But before I get on to today's session, uh, can I have any queries from the previous sessions? If there is any, please raise your hand, and you can raise it right now, and we can handle that at the start. Otherwise, we'll carry on with today's session. In fact, if you recall, this is in fact the ninth session. We have a total of 10 webinars which were planned, and last webinar will be on course review, where we'll really discuss everything, and also a little bit from the point of view of examination also, right? So today's session in terms of content will be the sort of last session, and then the course review. In addition to this, we might have one or two sessions which are connected with the topic or what with the course content of instructional design. So, so the topic that we are going to be doing today is transfer of learning, right? All of you have, many of you, I mean, most of you have been trainers, and you would be experiencing this difficulty that you may conduct an excellent training program and feedback might be quite good, but when you really look at whether the learnings were really taken to the work role and they were taken, they were used by people in improving their um, say quality of performance or quality of work, that may not have always yielded the desired results, right? So that's what it is. First of all, what is transfer of learning? Transfer of learning is that, yes, I have learned something, participant has learned something in the class, and you do feel that he has acquired new knowledge, new skills, and maybe there has been a change of attitude, some inculcation of the values, etc. all has taken place. But when it goes to the actual behavior on the job, and if you recall, our definition of learning is that learning is a permanent change in the behavior of the person, right? So, and because we are connecting more with the issues of work related, so we are saying permanent change in the behavior, work behavior, right? So that is the desired aim of training. The desired aim of the training is learning. Learning is permanent change in the behavior. But when you really look at the people who go back to their work roles, uh, their jobs as such, whatever they have learned, they may not be able to apply or implement. Uh, you know, there may be some internal reasons, there may be some external reasons. So my question to you would be, please list out the obstacles or the reasons why sometimes, or say occasions, when sometimes despite you making good effort at giving good training, you find that the uh, work behavior has not really changed, which essentially means that transfer of learning has not taken place. So please list out the reasons or the causes, uh, maybe three, four or so, and I give you 1 minute for that. Right. Okay, let's get the reasons from you. Raise your hand and Alok will help you to unmute you and
Yes, sir. I think I'm already unmuted, sir.
yes, go
Just
ahead.
to this side.
Yeah.
Sir, to top of my mind, the perception comes first of all of the participant who actually came for the training program.
Yeah.
It might be already blocking and the training program just happened. So that hype has not already been created in the mind of the participant to accept it.
Okay.
So this is first thing. Secondly, sir, the interest to grab definitely with this goes down of the participant. So grabbing ability was not there in the participant, so he was not attentive.
Okay.
Thirdly, sir, the skills which were actually there to drive that program of the trainer, that would not be there in the participant, but the trainer actually drove that program. The basic amenities were not there for that acceptability of that event in the participant. Thirdly, there's a situation where it has to be applied, like the field. The trainer must not have, sometimes it is, the training program is designed for all, but the right selection of the participant situation, it may not be so pertinent. He might be having some other problem, which trainer would not have addressed in that particular event. Thirdly, sir, the customized way of putting the things to the participant. The trainer has to be so able that most of the participant in the program, that he has to be like very much customized to encourage each one of them, because there would be very some who will be extrovert and some introvert. They will not be feeling so confident to come up. So confidence in the participant is a great thing that has to be boosted up.
Yeah.
And of course, sometimes in out of the curiosity, the trainer must have involved too many methods like gamification and all those. The intensification was huge, but the outcome of the training program, the summarization of the training program, what the learner, the expectation set of the by the trainer may not be to that level that actually the participant knew what to do in the field. So
Right.
these are there, and what I practically, if I see in my scenario, so there had been certain programs, then evaluation of a training program, the selection of a right candidate for that, it also matters. Because what I noticed that the trainer and the training manager, they select the right candidate for the next day, the very next day after the pre-training program, to evaluate who has that ability, who has that behavior, and they try to judge that whether
Right.
that participant has reached or not. If he or she has not reached, then probably they have to look into the situation, because
Okay.
what will be then the scenario of the average candidates.
Right.
So this is all about at the top of mind, sir. I
Good,
hope.
good.
Thank
Thank you, Ratu. Right. Okay. Can I have another person? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Good morning. This is Arvind here.
Yeah, please. Arvind, go ahead.
Ritu, I guess, she has covered almost everything, but I will just like to broaden the perspective. She talked about the learner interest, but I would actually broaden it by saying it is the learner's attitude. Because you might have learned it, but whether you actually implement your learning or not is completely dependent upon your attitude.
Right.
Because as per you said, that your approach was very good, the training was very good, but still the outcome was not availed.
Okay.
So it means that the major problem lies somewhere in the learner's attitude, because he is not ready to implement whatever he has learned.
Okay, so there will be issues on behalf of the learner, right? Motivation is one. Ritu also mentioned whether preparedness,
Yes, yes.
to absorb those uh, uh, knowledge or skills may also not be there.
Yeah,
Okay.
there can be some other issues also, sir. In
Right.
spite of you giving a right training, the training may not be suitable for the learner. Because
Okay.
someone else did the selection of the training, and who will be the people who will be attending. This was
Okay.
actually by Ritu also, but I guess I would actually add to, like, we use lot of methods or props also while we are giving training.
Right.
Maybe the
Okay.
props were not good enough to create an interest.
Okay.
So I mean, this is the addition that I actually
Right.
want to.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
I would
Yeah,
like to
yeah.
extend to the furthermore one more point, sir,
Yes.
over here.
Yes,
I'm Hemant,
Hemant.
sir.
Yeah.
Sir, there could be a possibility, sir, the environment in which the person is working is not conducive to implement it. There is a possibility that he may have a peer pressure or the superior pressure or the pressure from the colleagues not to change certain things. Like
Okay.
sometimes it happens like I've undergone a training. I want to implement certain things, but my department or my team members, they are not allowing me for their own personal interest, or they want to maintain a status quo. So
Yeah.
this could be another possibility where best of the trainings given to the people are failing because of the internal dynamics of the department or the team members.
That can be there, because there might be colleagues making fun of this person also, saying अरे क्या सीखा है कुछ, और वो कहते हैं कि नया मुल्ला अल्लाह ही अल्लाह पुकारे, means that you have recently been trained, so you are talking about this, otherwise this is not anything which should be implemented or something like that.
Possibility, yes,
Negative
sir.
attitude
Correct, sir.
at the workplace, right? Okay,
Right.
that can be
Sir,
that.
I'm Priyanka. Good afternoon,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, good afternoon. Yes,
So
Priyanka, go ahead.
right, so as Heman was mentioning, there would be some internal dynamics.
Hmm.
In this scenario, sir, I would like to add up a point that, at times the person who's preparing the content is different, and the person who's actually delivering the training is different. So he would not be able to connect to, or the learner will not be able to connect to both these
Right,
people, and that would also be a disconnect while the person is capturing the learning.
right, right. Okay,
Sir, this
fine,
is
good.
Arvind.
Yes,
So,
Arvind as well.
yeah,
Yeah,
one more point to
yeah,
add on to this.
yeah,
So, reward and recognition. So, this is another thing which plays a very important role
right,
in this entire learning that a user needs to apply. So, if
correct.
they know that this particular behavior that they have learned into the training will bring them certain reward, then they are
Mm-hmm.
more motivated towards
Motivated.
applying this
Yeah, yeah,
knowledge.
that's right, right.
And also, so we are saying that at times the employees pull their legs, and they do not support, but
Mm,
manager support is again another important factor. So if
right,
manager support is there, if
yeah,
I want to apply something and manager is encouraging me and is
right,
giving me the right environment, then maybe I can apply it. If it is not
right.
there, then there will be less chances.
Yeah, okay, fine, good, right. Okay, next.
Sir,
Does Shivani want to say anything? Yes,
yes, sir.
yeah,
Sir, when
yeah,
there's a long gap between training date and the actual implementation at work, for
okay,
example, if there is a long gap of 1 month, then also there is a chances that there will be lesser learning of transfer of learning.
right. That can also be there. You have been trained on ERP system, and somehow implementation of ERP system has been delayed by 3 months. So you got the training in June, but actual implementation happened in September. By
Yes, sir.
that time, 3 months have passed, and you say, हाँ याद तो था, पर वो पूरा पूरा याद नहीं, right?
Yes.
And that can happen. Very good, right? I think broadly, you people have covered almost the entire range of things which are usually there, and so there is a very practical issue, and there is also that this is where your accountability as a trainer is there. My uh, question right now will be that this particular question of transfer of learning, is it a delivery issue, or is it a design issue? Because our course is on instructional design. So is this a design issue, or is it a delivery issue? Because quite a few issues that you have really brought out are as part of the delivery, right? Of course, there were some things related to how you have organized, how you have got the person, whether you have got the right person or you have not got the right person. These are also important issues which have been brought out. So today what we'll really do is we'll look at this from the design angle. So this issue of transfer of learning will be important at all the sort of stages, but today's session would be on the design part. That right in the design, can we improve, or can we include elements which will give rise to a better transfer of learning, right? Of course, there will be issues, there will be things to be taken care at the level of or at the time of delivery also, right? So from the point of view of design, let's look at some of the aspects. And for that, I would like to move on to and share my screen, right? Have I got the screen? Okay, okay. Yeah. So good. I think it's a good start. I think our group is already prepared to, I mean, knows you yourself know a lot, but let's see how we can tackle those issues. So transfer of learning, that's our, we looked at it, what's transfer of learning and why it is important, because that's the crucial part. That the whole purpose of training program is that the learning should be transferred to the work role, and the work role or the performance in the work role has to improve of individuals as well as of the group. And why transfer of learning does not happen, you people have already shared a number of things. So let me now look at this, that typically many times what we say is that in transfer, there can be an improvement, and there is also sometimes there is no improvement, right? So transfer can be positive transfer, that there is some improvement. We really want a good positive transfer. There, can there be sometimes that there can be a negative transfer, that was intended to improve the performance, but there is a possibility that instead of improvement, it has actually deteriorated this. So would anybody like to share any example of that type?
Sir, there can be, this is Arvind here.
Yeah, yeah, go
There
ahead.
can be negativity also. I mean, whenever a transfer of learning is taking place, in case if the trainer is uh, uh, approaching in a way to the learner where he creates a disinterest or he tries to confuse the learners, then actually it can create a negativity around the learning process. And
Okay.
let's say if I am a mathematics teacher, and you might have seen, like the students who are attending, few teachers, they are actually very good in the same subject, but few teachers, they are not able to transfer that learning. They create a disinterest. They try to show that the learning process is very tough or the subject is very tough. And in case if you create the same learning as a game and not saying that you are actually learning, it becomes a very easy for everyone to learn. So
Okay.
yes, a disinterest through any approaches by the trainer can create negativity.
Yeah, yeah. So it can happen sometimes. It does happen sometimes that there is a negative transfer. What we intended that it should move in the positive direction is, in fact, it happened to go into the negative direction. Okay. Anybody else would like to give an example of
So,
this? Yeah.
sir, this is Arvind Deswal. So,
Yeah.
same thing can happen in case of a technology class.
Yeah.
So, when we are going to learn a software or technology, and if we do not get the right information from the trainer, then after coming back to the job, maybe we do not apply the right logic or right code while
Mhm.
doing the same on our job. So again, there could be a negative impact of our learning because we
Mhm.
learned something and we are applying something else.
Okay. Yeah. For example, if you have to learn something new, which is different from what was earlier, there is an element of unlearning that was required, but somehow unlearning did not take place. So there is a new learning, there is also an old learning, and both of them create a confusion in the mind. Yes, it can happen. Yeah.
So, what exactly would we mean by the word negative transfer? First, I would like to have an understanding on this concept.
Who is that? Uh,
So, I'm Jyoti here.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
See, for example, let's take a situation from a sort of, medical rep of a pharma company. Now, there is a new research which has come on a particular drug, and now this person has not fully been able to absorb or understand. So earlier, this was there was some type of say directions to the doctors, and now there are some different directions. But somehow, if this person, though he was given the sort of information and also training on that, but somehow full absorption did not take place, and as a result, when a question on that particular specific medicine is asked by a doctor, he happened to be, 1 month ago, he was very clear. He will give an answer which was pertaining to the old research. But today, because he has not fully absorbed the new research also, so he gives a confused answer and in a way creates a doubt in the mind of the doctor whether it is worthwhile or not worthwhile. And in any case of doubt, typically what really happens is the doctor stops prescribing that medicine. And this happened quite a bit of this type of issue was with a drug which was called Nimultide, right? Few years ago, we had a lot of this issue कि पैरासिटामोल देनी चाहिए, निमलटाइड देनी चाहिए, किस केस में देनी चाहिए, किस केस में नहीं देनी चाहिए. तो इस तरह का प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है. जो दूसरी एग्जांपल दी थी सॉफ्टवेयर की, उसमें भी होता है कि सॉफ्टवेयर में नया चीज सिखाई है, पुराना चीज भी अभी याद है, पर वो पुरानी चीज जो है जो भूलनी चाहिए वो भूले नहीं और वो कंफ्यूज कर रहा है. तो इस तरह से दिस कैन बिकम ए प्रॉब्लम. इट कैन बी लाइक दिस आल्सो. ओके, चलो थोड़ा और सिंपल सी एग्जांपल देते हैं. आपको आपके पास गाड़ी है, गियर वाली गाड़ी है. अब आपको क्या कहते हैं, ऑटोमेटिक ट्रांसमिशन वाली गाड़ी मिल गई. तो ऑटोमेटिक ट्रांसमिशन वाली शुरू में बताया, आराम से आप चला रहे हैं, कोई बात नहीं. पर शुरू शुरू में होता क्या है कि क्या कहते हैं, कई बार जब कुछ चेंज करना होता है तो एकदम ध्यान आता है कि योर रिफ्लेक्स इज to change the gear, but there is no gear change that is really required. So you do get a bit of sort of confusion in this. So like that, this does happen in some cases, that somebody who is good at something has told some additional things may result in lowering of the performance. So you will find some of this. May not be many examples. Only thing is that the moment you find this is happening, you have to somehow redesign the training to ensure that negative transfer doesn't take place, right? You have to be, you should not be only saying at the end, अरे भाई ये तो सारा पैसा बर्बाद गया, इतना ट्रेनिंग करी, इतने दिन खराब हुए और ये सब रिजल्ट हुआ है नेगेटिव ट्रांसफर में. एक बार चलिए एक और एग्जांपल बताता हूँ. एक बार क्या हुआ कि मैं एनटीपीसी में काम करता था. तो एनटीपीसी में कुछ लोगों को डिसाइड किया कि भाई ये लोग मतलब कि देयर इज ए सरप्लस मैन पावर एंड सम पीपल वर आइडेंटिफाइड एज दीज पीपल आर सरप्लस एंड दे वर विद गुड इंटेंशन ब्रॉट टू ए ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम. तो ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम दे आस्क्ड कि हमें क्यों ट्रेनिंग देने हैं. तो कहीं से उनको पता चल गया, बताना नहीं था पर कहीं से पता चल गया कि हम तो सरप्लस हैं. तो वो सरप्लस हैं, तो पहले तो यही वो हुआ, हाउ द हेल यू हैव डिक्लेयर्ड मी सरप्लस, आई हैव 20 years एक्सपीरियंस एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा ऑल दैट. ना हमारा मतलब था कि भाई उनको थोड़ा मोटिवेट करें, कुछ थोड़ा और सिखाएं जिससे कि उनको देखिए उनको ले ऑफ तो करना नहीं था. एनटीपीसी इज अ पब्लिक सेक्टर, तो पब्लिक सेक्टर में जनरली पिंक स्लिप नहीं दी जाती है एक्सेप्ट फॉर सम वेरी आई वुड से स्ट्रॉन्ग रीजन, राइट. तो वो था, पर जो पर्पस था उसके बजाय उल्टा ही हो गया. At the end of it, this group was not very motivated, and in fact they were really more angry with the management. So management ने सोचा कि चलो इनको मोटिवेट करके कुछ वो करके बता देते हैं, पर क्योंकि सारा का सारा जो खेल था वही बिगड़ गया शुरू में ही कि भाई ये तो सरप्लस हैं. और the moment they found themselves being labeled as surplus, they were not at all interested in learning anything new. So like that happens. But these are some examples which happen once in a while, right? The moment they happen, you have to ensure that these don't get repeated, right? So
Thank you, sir.
Shall we move forward and let me now look at this. There are quite a few things that we can really do in terms of sort of designing the training program, and these are given like this. We can really look at that. Do we give the entire training in one go, or do we have a staggered type of program, which is in fact referred in the books as mass versus spaced practice? do we give the training part by part, or do we give the training completely on the whole? Or and then there will be, is there a progressive part training? And then similarly, do we make the people overlearn? Do we give them only that much say knowledge and skill which is required for their job, or do we give them much more than what is required, because that might be more useful? But then this means a lot more investment in the training, right? In which situation an overlearning might be really required, right? uh, Common sense will say कि just in time training दो, just in time जैसे पार्ट सप्लाई करते हैं, तो हमारे पास ज़्यादा वेयर हाउस में ज़्यादा चीज़ें रखी नहीं होंगी, हमारी वर्किंग कैपिटल ज़्यादा नहीं होगी, तो हमारा एफिशिएंसी होगी। पर क्या जस्ट इन टाइम लर्निंग, जस्ट इन टाइम ट्रेनिंग पॉसिबल है, या पहले से ही ओवर लर्निंग करके पूरा सिखा सिखू कर फिर भेजा जाए आदमी को उस पर? तो ये एक इशू आ जाता है। मैक्सिमाइज सिमिलैरिटी एंड वेरी द सिचुएशन, ओके, सो give the practice in the different situations. Let me look at it one by one. Right. See, you would have seen this that there are certain times in certain type of training, it is not possible to give all the training at once. So you do have, different colors of belts in the Six Sigma and quality and ISO, etc., etc. Right? What does it really mean is that it is not possible to give all the training in one go. That is why we have 10 years of school education, then 2 years of secondary education. All this cannot be given in one go, right? Similarly, in training also, in certain type of training, there is a need to have a graded training, and this also could be, one is the graded, which progressive part training will come later. But there's also an issue that do we give all the training in one go, and or we stagger the program? For example, a program on communication skills. Suppose a group, your client is asking you to do a 6-day program. So one way is that you can straight away say, okay, give me all the people, 6 days. Okay, I am going to conduct the program, and after the program is conducted, I think the onus of implementing the learning, that is improved communication, would be with the participants, right? That is one way, right? The other way could be that yes, give them the training on communication, but what you do is give them half days training every week and let it spread to 12 weeks, which is typically a 3-month period. Now, this can create some logistics issue, in the sense that if the people are from the same, say, location, then it may not be difficult, right? So we can always have that sort of thing that yes, every, say, once in a week we conduct the training, and half day is kept aside for this. Now, this, if the people were at multi-location, then you cannot get the people again and again back, to the traveling, etc. Now, because of the webinar type of things are online, this challenge is now taken care of, right? Suppose you are doing it on the on online, then it's not difficult. The travel time, etc., that's all gone, right? So tell me, what is the benefit of a staggered training, if at all there is any?
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
This was Ritu. So I think it is definitely very essential, because if I take various other examples, not only Brad Pitt, even the music accolades which over a period of time person develops, he has
Yes.
been satisfied for a various levels. And this is really important. And if I see deeply, the interpretation is that actually when the skill is so complex, that it requires not only information but also the
Yeah.
bit
Okay.
the scenario. It takes the creating and different levels of bloom, and then you have to actually reach that level. So reach
Yeah.
that that level with boosting confidence, increasing recognitions, all will take some time. And
Yeah.
so when the learning is complex, you need to break into different parts so that that learning absorbed is more. And
Yeah.
this is definitely been enhanced by virtual now, as you mentioned, sir, with webinar. But even in webinar, we cannot put all the contents all together. We have to keep a space because the content and the practical content has to be demo and all those things have to be in the right days so
Right.
that the person needs focus out of the mind of that job which he is doing, because training needs focus and right attention as well, sir.
Yeah, right. In fact, just about a year ago, we were doing this sort of communication training for one small group of people. They were only about 25 people in the organization. It's actually a small subsidiary of a Switzerland Swiss company. So they said, अब हम 5 दिन का प्रोग्राम तो कर नहीं पाएंगे, तो आप यही करिएगा कि स्टैगर्ड प्रोग्राम कर दीजिए, हर वेडनेसडे को हाफ डे के लिए आप आइएगा, करिएगा. So I would say the advantage which you get in the staggered program is that you actually can give them homework. Homework means like homework is not at home but in the workplace, that you have given some the new learning has taken place, and now you say that okay, practice it this way, do it this way, these are the exercises you need to do. And then when they come back to the class on the next say, in this case it was a Wednesday, on Wednesday they were share what are their successes and what are their sort of challenges in implementing the learning. And as you learn from them the challenges and all that, you are able to resolve those things in subsequent sessions. So there's some wherever it is possible and wherever it is feasible and where it is workable, the staggered training many times works quite well. The big issue here is usually for the training manager or the learning and development manager. They say, अरे ये बहुत कुछ ध्यान रखना पड़ता है ना, नहीं तो ट्रेनिंग मैनेजर्स का होता है कि अच्छा ये वाला काम करना है, एक हफ्ते में 2 ट्रेनिंग करवा दी, वो उनकी टू डू लिस्ट से टिक हो गया, पर वो टिक वाली बात नहीं है, वो अफेक्टिव अगर नहीं होगा तो नहीं होगा, तो वो उसका कोई फायदा नहीं है. Right. So a staggered training, sometimes for certain areas, it will really work. And as Ritu was saying about the music, that was a very good example. You can't sort of, like one go absorb everything. It requires practice. It requires, it's a complex thing. There are nuances which need to be sort of, practiced, learned and all that. And that will be. So you have to, now this is a design issue, that do you design the program in terms of at one go, or it is a staggered sort of, program. Right. Now, the another aspect is of this only, but a little differently. Uh, is it that you have to give the training on the whole, or do you have to give the training on the part? What does that mean? Some examples from your situation. Yeah.
Say we talked about mechanics, and
Yeah.
they have to be trained for maintenance of a car.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about part learning,
Yeah.
there can be a mechanic who just will look at the gear and he
Right.
doesn't know about anything else.
Right. Right.
So that is actually more of a part learning.
Yeah.
When we call like whole, like if I'm here and I'm actually getting knowledge from you, it is a wholesome learning from you.
Yeah.
You are
Yeah.
teaching me the complete subject.
Yeah. In fact, if you really look at this, yes, very good example of the car workshop. In car workshop, if you go, अगर डेंटिंग का काम है तो एक उसको बुला देते हैं, हाँ देख ये काम. If gear box का है किसी और को बुलाते हैं, इंजन का है किसी और को बुलाते हैं, like that, because everyone is sort of got this, and they know that the cars are quite a complex sort of instrument or say item, and so there are certain parts, and I think it may be worthwhile for one to specialize in one area. Right. Okay.
May I
Yeah.
add, sir?
Yeah. Please add.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Praveen Mishra. In
Yeah.
sales, sir, not giving whole sales process, you can give a training on negotiation skills, basically. Or
Huh? Say that again.
in sales, you can give training on negotiation skills. It's a part. Negotiation is a part of sales. So not
Okay.
complete whole process of sales. You can give training on negotiation skills.
Okay. 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 Yeah. See, there will be, say for example, doctors. This thing. Do you when you teach a person to become a doctor, obviously you give the training on the whole of the body. But then once you have given an idea about the whole of the body in the initial first professional course of 1.5 years, after that, that's where you teach them anatomy and all others. So the whole is taught first, but then it does not give them the ability to treat. That is in terms of understanding and absorbing the totality. And then the learning goes on into the part learning. So there will be assignments to, say, sometimes to the medicine type of department, another time to the, gastro type, like pediatrician, like the pediatric, this thing, and for some, the gynec, right? So like that, then it will start happening part by part. So this is another thing where you have to see, depending on the content, depending on the type of topics that you have, is that how do you really design the modules? Do you work with the individual components first and the building blocks, and then create them integrated picture in the end, or you start with the integrated picture in the beginning so that one has a whole idea, and then you start with the specific modules, and then integrate towards the end again. So that is another aspect that will be there. And for example, we go back to the pilot training. Pilot training will be like this only. To begin with, one will be given a overall overview, and then the specific ones, and then afterwards all the things integrated into one. So that will be the sort of design that you have to
So
create
even
for yourself.
yeah,
Yes.
thank you. Very valid point, sir. Even I can just have an example of communication skill, as you mentioned in our industry, sir.
Yes.
Once you have to communicate with the customer, there are various ways to go ahead. Like we have to question, you have to acknowledge, you have to address everything. So
Yeah.
it is the person would only understand first the importance of each step, the questioning, the way of asking everything, if it is given in a whole first. So as a company, we are taught in a whole, and then further sharpening the skills, we are certified on a various level, like questioning skill, the closing, the opening. So
Yeah.
all points then at the end are being sharpened. So it is actually an example I can see of whole going to part.
Right, right. In fact, that's very good example, because in most of the commercial organizations, you give training to the salespeople. So first of all, you tell the entire sales process, in the sense that, okay, typically in some organizations, it is called suspecting, prospecting, approach, negotiation, close, and order. And then you start building on each part. Okay, how do you really you sort of start the approach, or how do you prospect, how do you approach, and how do you create a rapport with the and like that, every part of it will be sort of uh, uh, told in detail, and training will be given in detail, right? Okay. And in fact, in our work, we have found that sometimes with some people, say with some good salesmen also, they may be very good at everything, but लास्ट में ऑर्डर लेने में हिचकिचाते हैं, मतलब कि वो पूरा कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आ पाता कि उससे पूछे सर ये, और कुछ ऐसे भी होते हैं, उल्टा भी होता है कि बिफोर द पर्सन हैज मेड अप हिज माइंड, दे विल से अच्छा सर ये कौन सी चीज पैक कर दूं। अब वो कौन सी चीज पैक कर दूं, उसको टाइम तो दो ना कहने के लिए कि ये लेना है, ये लेना है, क्या करना है। वो कुछ लोग बहुत जल्दी कर लेते हैं, तो कुछ लोग उतावले होते हैं, इसको कहते हैं. So like that we have to really learn. So yes, in the sales training, it is that sort of those issues are really taken care of. Okay, and then progressive part training. Okay, I think quite a few things we have already talked about. Now I'll like to move on to what is called the over learning. See, many times we will say that just in time learning कि इतना है बता दो उतना जरूरी है, right? But you know it may not be really required. It may be required that you give training much more than what is really required in the usual run of the things. For example, if you are looking at a doctor who is to put, he is to be, who is to do an MBBS, and after MBBS, he is not specializing and doing any MD or so, but he is just a doctor and he is to work as a doctor in the primary health center. Now, most of the people who will be coming there will be what? He has a very limited number of one or two paramedical staff, nurses, etc., a compounder, and he is giving out the medicines to the people. 80% of the time he is getting very, very routine type of illnesses like बुखार हो गया, खांसी है, ये तो कोई ज़्यादा नहीं. Now the question is, should he be given only that much knowledge that वो बस बुखार सर्दी इसको वो करे, या हम 5-5.5 साल की जो ट्रेनिंग देते हैं 6 साल की वो दें MBBS? इन दोनों में क्या आप क्या सोचते हैं कि क्यों 5 साल की ट्रेनिंग दी जाती है? या who would like to share? Yeah.
Sir, because he is dealing with human.
Yeah.
So it is necessary so that we cannot miss any escape which can harm any other person. So we need to give 5 year or 5.5 years training, because he is dealing with human. So his job is very critical. So understanding of the job of the criticality we have to decide.
Yeah, because yes, so the issue here is that the doctor in the primary health center will be treating routine things only, but the point is if he or she is able to identify कि यहाँ ये वाली जो symptoms हैं, they are pointing to something which is very serious, then in that case he will say भाई इसको तो तुरंत लेकर जाओ और वहाँ लेकर जाओ, उस वाले हॉस्पिटल में लेकर जाओ, क्योंकि उसे पता है कि ये जो सिम्टम है ये इसकी निशानी है. इनफैक्ट some of you who have read who have children, young children, and the book, there is a book by Dr. Spock. वो सभी लोग अपने घर में रखते हैं कि बच्चों का क्योंकि आप लोग तो डॉक्टर हैं नहीं, तो पर बच्चों को पालना है तो बच्चों की बीमारियां किसी भी तरह की हो सकती है. वहाँ पर एक पर्टिकुलर जगह पर डॉक्टर स्पॉक हैज रिटन, इफ दिस इज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग देन प्लीज रश टू द हॉस्पिटल इवन इफ इट इज डेड ऑफ नाइट. मीन्स अगर रात के 12 भी बजे हैं, 2 बजे हैं, तो भी आप प्लीज रश टू द हॉस्पिटल. नाउ ही इज नॉट टेलिंग यू व्हाट टू डू, बट ही इज जस्ट टेलिंग यू कि वहाँ जाओ, डॉक्टर ठीक करेगा, क्योंकि इस टाइम पर क्रिटिकलिटी है. तो द डॉक्टर इन द प्राइमरी हेल्थ सेंटर इज नॉट रियली ट्रीटिंग फॉर ऑल टाइप्स ऑफ डिसीजेस, बट ही इज a pointer, he is sort of a sort of a traffic or a traffic cop type of situation कि उसे पता चल जाता है कि ये क्रिटिकल है, इसको यहाँ पर लेकर जाना है, ये काम है और इसे ऐसे करो फटाफट, right? So that's what that is why over learning. For example, job of a pilot is just to fly the aircraft, right? But he or she is given training to handle all types of. Now, right now, I am talking of a commercial pilot, a commercial aircraft pilot. He is given training to handle variety of critical situations which may happen once in a while, right? So that's it. job of a cabin crew member, right? In the aircraft, cabin crew, the responsibility is usually what? Usually is just to serve the people, etc. Tell them about the safety, you know, requirements or safety procedures. But then cabin crew member is taught so many other things. कि अगर मान लीजिए aircraft is in problem and the people have to be evacuated, how they have to do, etc., all those type of things which you might have. Similarly, job of a firefighter. Firefighter, in most of the days, he has nothing much to do. He is sitting there attending. I mean, there's no usual call to a firefighter because usually there are no fires every day. But whenever there is a fire, he is given training to handle a whole variety of fires because you never know what type of fire he may encounter, right? So that's a so there are in many cases we do not give just in time. We have to give very comprehensive, and that may be over learning, right? Okay, so shall we uh, carry further, right?
So,
Okay.
if I understand properly, you mean to say that over learning here is a positive aspect?
Yeah, over learning is I would say a must in certain type of situations,
Okay, okay.
right? It is a must because you are, say you are sending a person to space, स्पेस शटल में भेज रहे हैं. अब आप ये थोड़ी कहेंगे स्पेस शटल ऐसे चलती है नॉर्मल तरीके से चलाना आपको सिखा दिया, आप भेज दिया नहीं. वहां पर आपको भेजने से पहले वो सारी की सारी जो परेशानियां आ सकती हैं उन पर पहले ट्रेनिंग देंगे. वो हो सकता है वो परेशानियां ना आए क्योंकि उनकी प्रोबेबिलिटी है 0.01 or maybe much less. But then the point is you have to be prepared for that, right? If I have to send you to say for the job of a ट्रैकिंग मतलब आपका काम है ट्रैकिंग सुपरविजन, राइट? एक ग्रुप लेकर जा रहे हो, ट्रैक कर रहे हो, ठीक है. अब वो ट्रैक कर रहे हो तो आपके पास स्टेमिना है, वो है, आपको चला कर देख लिया कि ये इतना वो है, हो गया कि ट्रैकिंग कर सकता है ये बंदा. पर दिस इज नॉट एनफ. आपको सिखाना है कि बाई चांस यू एनकाउंटर ए स्नेक, or you encounter a wolf on the way, how you are going to handle. Now,
right point.
In reality, the chance of encountering a snake might be like 1 in 1,000, occasions. But you will have to be given the training, right? So that's so depending on the type of role or job and the circumstances in which you are going to be operating, you are required to be given that comprehensive training, right? Right. Okay, so I'll now look at this important part, which is in fact, and you have also studied in this the whole process of experiential learning. वहाँ पर था ना second step was reflection.
Yes.
Right? Reflective observation.
Yeah.
Right? What really happens is that in commercial organizations, the type of people that we encounter as participants are typically the people who are like whose main responsibility is for doing, right? So we happen to find people who are very much strong at doing, action oriented होते हैं. जो एक्शन ओरिएंटेड होते हैं उनमें एक काफी प्रॉब्लम होती है, वो होती है रिफ्लेक्शन की कमी होती है, राइट? They don't mull over what has happened and all that. In the training program, it is important that you must focus on these two neglected parts, which will really help the people. One is reflection and the second one is application. So reflection is the second one and the application is the fourth one. The experience and the conceptual abstraction, conceptualization or
experimenting, sir.
Abstract conceptualization. Those are many people are seem to be quite good, and at least trainers handle that well. But you need to look at these two parts also, reflection and application. And in fact, this is again as part of the design. Now, what we do is at the end of each session, it is advised that the participants should be encouraged to reflect on major learning of the session. Then they are encouraged to record the action points which have come to their mind. And a blank table in the course book is given on the following, like I'll give you this. This is the type of, a reflection sheet which is given. And in fact, in some of the organization like ICICI Bank also, हर सेशन का जो मटेरियल होता था उसके बाद ये एक रिफ्लेक्शन की मतलब कि शीट होती थी जिसमें द trainer would give 10 minutes to the participants to write down whatever are their major learnings from the session. Now this is session by session. So, and then how I can use this to apply in my work. So this is where intention to apply and the learning, which is in fact reflecting that, okay, summarizing whatever has been my learning. Now, what do you do with this? That you ask the people to write down. After that, what do? You just say, okay, now the session is closed. And then you take a break of for tea, or you break for lunch. Yes, no? Okay. See, if you have time, then I would suggest that at the end of the each session, when participants have completed this task, choose a few or ask a few persons to share the content of this page. And as they are sharing, there is a lot cross fertilization of ideas. Many other people say, अच्छा ये भी तुमने सीखा, ये भी तुमने सीखा, तो वो भी एक दूसरे को की लर्निंग से अपनी लर्निंग को स्ट्रेंथन करते हैं. तो पहले somebody has written only 60% something. By listening to others, they start increasing it to 95% or so. So the learning from each other starts taking place, so that sort of thing. Plus also the application ideas are very varied. And when they are sharing these ways in which they are thinking of applying this, also there is a lot of learning from each other which takes place. So possibly it will always be good that after you have given time to them to record their learnings and also how they will apply in their work, then give 10 minutes time in which you encourage people to share as to what have been their major learning and what would be the way they will be applying. And it helps a lot in enthusing each other to and learning from each other, right? Okay. So that is a reflection part, right? That's done after. This is part of the design. Again, see, this will be because it has been designed. It is there in the course book itself. Now, in some organization, what we have is an alternative to this, and the alternative to this is okay. Acha, I have written down this. Okay, this is done individually. Okay, fine. Okay. Same ideas which I have already talked about. Okay. Okay. It can also be done. It should also be done at the end of the day. And we also have practice of doing it on the next training day also. Right. Okay. Now, alternative to this one-page reflection after each session is, in some organization, they make it a learning diary. If there is a longish sort of, program of 2 weeks duration or so, they provide a learning diary which has such pages. So that learning diary also has a similar type of columns, that what has been the major learning and how they are planning to apply. However, that is separated out from the course material which is given, right? So particularly in the long duration program, this is the way it is used. So DPS particularly, DPS HRD Center, Delhi DPS is Delhi Public School, and HRD Center is for their principals and vice principals and teachers. So they use the learning diary. BHEL used to use the learning diary, right? And NTPC had a learning diary mm, for a long duration program, right? Long duration means 2 weeks, 4 weeks type of program, right? Okay, these are the things. Okay, any question, any thought, anything? Some of you might be already doing it.
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
So suppose I am planning to take a webinar of say 30 minutes for my friends of say 10 people group for say 2 months. So should I use that learning diary or should I use that simple review?
Yeah, see, as far as this sort of diploma program is concerned, because we know that you people are anyway very motivated because your focus is to succeed in the examination. We expect you to be doing all this yourself, and we, in fact, most of the people, other faculty members have been asking on how to apply and give ideas about how to apply all this, in their in your work. For example, this idea itself is very clear that after this session, if you have not been doing this, I'm sure that most of you would start sort of, including in your course material itself some aspects of what is whether it is a reflection page or it is a learning diary, right? So this is where we may sometimes not really focus on these things much, but because we know that the level of motivation of the people is much higher, and that's the design of the program itself, right? Okay.
Can I do like this reflection page after every session and collate those reflection pages and make a diary for them?
Yeah, please do that. In fact, it is always good as a trainer, as a lifelong learner. You must have a diary uh, which is not recording what you did, but what you learned. What is the new learning that you have got, right? Make a record, right? It will help you, right?
Even a very creative idea was just coming to my mind, sir. Just like to share. In fact, learning diary is one thing that we are jotting down after the learning. So, as you spoke about the reflective things, probably we can, as a trainer, may have a learning to do diary. That is like yesterday I had some virtual event and there was something challenges that came to my mind. So those challenges can be the learning to do diary for my team. So once you do those learning to do diary, then after that you can have learning diary that will actually make those learnings very substantial and very much confident yourself that you have learned what was to do. So that will be enhancing confidence, sir.
Yeah. So learning to diary is in fact your individual development plan. That this is what I want to develop myself onto, and this is what I should really focus on, and this is how I would like to do it. And then you keep an account of this, whether you are really doing it or you are not able to do it. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's a very important thing, and it helps for all those people who are responsible and who take responsibility for their personal growth, personal professional growth, and personal um, individual growth also, right? And all of us are into that, growing day by day, right? And if we are clear about uh, not only about how much we have earned every day, but what we have learned every day, it always helps. And I'm sure that in these last 3 months, there have been tremendous learning, for most of us in a whole variety of different areas. And, though these are challenging times, but there's also that the way we are coping up with the challenge, that's also remarkable, I would say. At this point of time, we are not very happy about it. Let me also tell you. But when you reflect back on these times, you'll say, my God, that was a tough time, but there was also a great amount of change, great amount of learning that we had in these times, right? Okay,
Sir, I
right.
have a question here.
Yeah,
We have actually seen various approaches in
yeah,
transfer of learning, and we also have seen that in spite of a good content and also a good ability to train, we
yeah,
still can fail, and the transfer of knowledge may not take place. So,
yeah.
how as a trainer we actually should do something, as a summary,
Okay,
if you can give, we can
okay.
ensure the smooth transfer of learning to work on that.
Right, right. Okay, so there are certain additional things which are coming. Right now, I thought of taking a little break at this point of time to see that things are getting in the right place in the mind or not. Right. So let's move on. There is also at the end of each program we normally have in our program individual action plan, and that was quite well, which is in a summarization of all those reflection pages. That is done. There's also in some cases there is a group action plan, because if there is a group of people who are interdependent on each other and who are collaborative and who are a team whom you are training together, at that point of time we have a group action plan also. I mean, we do it even for the sales people, because if suppose we are handling sales people of a particular organization from Delhi area, तो वो अपना एक टेरिटरी होगा, उसमें डिफरेंट एरियाज देख रहे हैं, तो उनको उनके पास इंडिविजुअल एक्शन प्लान भी होती है और उसके बाद ग्रुप एक्शन प्लान भी होती है. अब ग्रुप एक्शन प्लान में क्या होता है कि क्या कहते हैं, दो यू आर वर्किंग इन योर ओन टेरिटरी, but what happens is that there are certain things where if you collaborate as a group you can achieve much more, sort of, so in terms of passing on the information, passing on the leads, and passing on yeah, and supporting each other, and that can happen. Because say for example you are a salesperson, you are covering an area of Hajj Khans, right? I don't know, not everyone will be aware of this, but suppose there's another person who is covering, say, another area, which is South Extension. Now, you find one person, one shop, which has a shop in Hajj Khans, also a shop in South Extension. Now, you were able to sell something to the shop in Hajj Khans, then you can tell your colleague who is handling the South Extension कि भैया वहां पर भी इस वाली दुकान में इनको ये चीज की जरूरत थी, इन्होंने इतना लिया है, इनको जरा जाकर कोशिश करो, शायद वहां पर बड़ी आसानी से सेल हो जाएगी, राइट. और अगर वो कुछ आनाकानी करें तो उनसे कहना, देखो आपके जो मैनेजर हैं हौज खास वाले, उन्होंने तो ले लिया है, उनको अच्छा लगा, तो वो क्या करेगा, वो फोन करेगा हौज खास वाले को, वो कहेगा हाँ ये काम माल तो अच्छा है, ले लो, अब माल अच्छा है ले लो, उसके काम हो गया. तो ग्रुप एक्शन प्लान में होता है कि एक दूसरे को कैसे कोलैबोरेट करना है, सपोर्ट करना है, तो जिससे कि हमारी ग्रुप एक्टिविटी, ग्रुप अचीवमेंट बढ़ जाए. तो काफ़ी कुछ जगहें होती हैं जहाँ पर इंडिविजुअल एक्शन प्लान भी बनाते हैं, और कुछ जगह पर जहाँ पॉसिबल है वहाँ ग्रुप एक्शन प्लान भी बनाते हैं. अब आता है what are the other considerations which lead to facilitation of the transfer. One is about knowledge of results. What I did, if I know how it is really creating, say, better results, that would always be sort of, useful, right? Uh, and then there is a one big issue, and that is what is called relapse. सीखा, सीख कर ऊपर गए, पर ऊपर जाने के बाद फिर रिलैप्स हो गया, फिर वापस वहीं पर आ गए, या वहां से भी नीचे चले गए. तो देर इज ए relapse prevention and goal setting, that should be also used, and I would like to just use this 7-step relapse prevention training. In इसमें क्या होता है कि choose a skill to retain which will be retained at a higher level, right? Set goals, commit to retain the skills, learn coping, relapse prevention strategies, identify likely circumstances for first relapse, practice coping, relapse prevention strategies, learning to monitor target. चलिए इसको ट्रेनिंग के बजाय किसी और एस्पेक्ट से सिखा बताता हूँ मैं। आपने सुना होगा बहुत से लोग सिगरेट पीते हैं और सिगरेट पीना छोड़ना चाहते हैं, ठीक है, और उनको कोई मदद कर रहा है और उन्होंने कह दिया मैंने सिगरेट पीना छोड़ दिया, पर आप देखते हैं कि कितने लोग वापस रिलैप्स हो जाते हैं, किसी टाइम पर जाकर फिर से सिगरेट पीना शुरू कर देते हैं, करते हैं या नहीं आपने सर? तो वहाँ पर ऐसे ही अल्कोहलिज्म के बारे में है, ऐसे ही ड्रग एडिक्शन के बारे में हो जाता है। इन अल्कोहल के बारे में आपने देखा होगा कि देयर इज एन वर्ल्ड वाइड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन विच इज कॉल्ड अल्कोहलिक एनोनिमस, right, which essentially is a group of people who are supporting each other to ensure that if you have given up alcoholism, which essentially means getting drunk. Now, this is not the same thing as a certain amount of social drinking, but getting drunk. If that is what has been your problem, then you need help. But not only you need help, you also need to see that once you have changed and you have given up alcoholism, you should not get into what is called a relapse, right? So whatever are those issues which are working for that, this is also can be used with some modification in terms of preventing relapse, in our training program, right? Okay, now I'll move on to focus on organizational intervention, and in this I would like to, these are issues which you really had shared in the beginning. It's very important to have supervisor support for implementation of the learning. In fact, as a supervisor, if you are sending somebody to the training program, there should be two things which should be done by you clearly. One, when you are sending the person, check with the with your team member कि भाई क्या सीखने जा रहे हो, क्या सीखोगे। तो पहले से ही पता है कि बॉस से बात हुई है कि ये सीखना है, और फिर जब जाओगे तो सीख कर इस्तेमाल भी करना है, राइट। कई जगह ऐसा होता है कि सिर्फ हो के जाओ भाई तुम 2 दिन के लिए ट्रेनिंग पर जाओ, आराम करो, मजा करो। अब वो मजा करो तो इसका मतलब है कि सुपरवाइजर हैज गिवन यू दिस थिंग, कुछ पढ़ना वढ़ना नहीं है, कुछ लर्न वर्न कुछ नहीं करना है, आई एक्सपेक्ट यू कुछ आराम करने के लिए तुम्हें भेजना। नाउ दैट टाइप ऑफ ब्रीफिंग बाय सुपरवाइजर इज very, very killing. That really creates a problem, big problem, right? So one is, you know, when you are nominating or sending the person, you please have a briefing and check what is the learning agenda and what is it that you will learn. Now the second is debriefing. Debriefing means when the person has come back, the supervisor should really inquire what is it that you have learned, how did the program really go, where is your individual action plan, what is it that you are going to implement, and do you need any support from me? Tell me, I will provide the support, right? Okay, so that type of conversation between the boss and the participant will always be very, very helpful, and that's what we should be doing, right? कुछ जगह पर क्या होता है, ये नहीं होता, जब वो तो अच्छा आ गए तुम गोवा से 5 दिन का मजा कराओगे तो चलो अब काम पर लगो, सब मतलब ये है कि बाकी सब जो है वो भूल जाओ, राइट? ओके, so that type of culture doesn't help in transfer of learning. Similarly, what we have is a peer support. Then there is also possibility, and there should be that trainer is available to the trainees beyond the training program for consultation and providing support. This obviously will have to be scheduled and will have to be worked out, right? it will be, sometimes what we do is we have a half-day workshop after, say, 4 weeks of the training program, and we would go back to the group, call them, understand what has been the sort of, how good has been the implementation of the learning, and if there are any challenges which have been encountered. Of course, there are certain times hotline support is also provided, right? But hotline doesn't mean 24 by 7. It has to be at specific sort of, windows of time windows. And then somebody had mentioned about the reward system. Yes, when you are able to implement the things well, you are recognized and you are rewarded for that, right? So that's the thing. In fact, I have got a okay. There is a good article from McKinsey's quarterly, which came in about 10 years ago, and getting more out of your training. In fact, I would suggest you read this. What it really talks about is that before the training begins, you should really help the people want to learn. So send them to the organ, to the training program with a good motivation to learn. Then there are also harmful mindsets which stop effectiveness of the training, which stop the learning from really taking place. Discover what they are and handle them, right? And get the leaders on the board, which essentially means is as a trainer, you if you can connect with the bosses of the trainees, that means the supervisors of the trainees, and get their uh, say support, it will always be good. And in fact, how do you do it is, in fact, we have done sometimes that we have connected with the parents boss and on phone, and have inquired as to what sort of specific learning need so and so is having, who is coming to our program in the next week, right? So what happens is this creates a sort of seriousness about the training program. There's also expectation is built up amongst the supervisor of the training, and then supervisor's behavior also becomes very positive. So supervisor support will start coming from this. So get the leaders on board. In fact, many times designing the session, designing the program itself, we do check with the leaders, that is the superiors of the people. Is this what will work or what will not work, right? So that's the type of thing that should be done. Right, which essentially means is ट्रेनिंग जो होती है 2 दिन की ट्रेनिंग है 5 दिन की ट्रेनिंग है वो नहीं है, उससे पहले क्या काम करेंगे और उसके बाद में क्या काम करेंगे उससे भी बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट, वो बहुत ज़्यादा मतलब कि फर्क पड़ता है इन टर्म्स ऑफ ट्रांसफर ऑफ लर्निंग। और आपका पर्पस है ट्रांसफर ऑफ लर्निंग, क्योंकि आपकी जो आउटकम है ना, लर्निंग आउटकम, वो ट्रांसफर ऑफ लर्निंग से ही पता चलेगी, right? So, at the back in the workplace, keep reinforcing the new skills. How do you do it? Give them some job aids, etc., and also measure the impact. This measure the impact is what you are learning or what you will be learning in the seventh paper, which is the measurement of training and evaluation. So when people know that this is all going to be measured at some point of time, they will be more cautious about implementing the thing. So what I am really has, and obviously the training content should really be aligned to the real learning needs of the people, right? Okay. So what are the references? The references on this is, of course, there is something given in the books which are given to you. Agochia's and Janki Raman's book also refer to those, those sections. This is that second one here is that McKinsey article, and if you can catch hold of this book, by Nick Blanchard, effective training. In that chapter 5, page number 186 to 195 are quite well written on this. Refer to them. I'm sure you will learn a lot from them. All right. Okay. So that's what was my um, agenda today. We are at 1:15. I think we can take a couple of questions or so. Any comments? Anything? Please go ahead.
Sir, it was a really wonderful session, sir.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Sir, I just want to add a real incident of staggered learning.
Yeah.
So, few months back, we started learning sessions on Vedanta. So, I was also a part of the learning group. And usually, Vedanta is not considered a very important part or a crucial part of our life. So, it is like, if we have time, we can actually go, and hear people talking about it. And we consider that we already know everything.
Yeah.
So we started with the 2 sessions a week, and though it was noticed that slowly the number of participants started decreasing, and then we actually had to, at one point we had to make it once a week, and the only reason is because the people who were attending the Vedanta class were so much involved in the work that they felt it was more important than that Vedanta class, was that they did not had enough time to go through it and absorb the knowledge of Vedanta studies. So once it was made in a staggered form, where it was made once a week, there were more attendees, and the learning also became better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You have to understand, the situation in which your participants are, right? And you have to have a empathy for that, then only it will work. Yeah, right. Okay. Right. Okay. So this was the final structured session, and now I may have the review session next week, or I may not have, because there is a shortage of the slots, and we'll have it close to the what is called the close to the dates of examination, right? Okay, examination dates are not yet announced. Pretty likely that they are likely to happen more in middle of July or beyond that, right? So that's also a question which was asked by many people. So that is it. So there is some time, about 4 weeks plus.
It could be offline or online.
We are exploring online, possibilities. But then that what will really happen, that अगर ये पेन एंड पेपर का होता है तो पेपर आसान होता है.
Yes sir. Yes sir.
और अगर ऑनलाइन होगा, या मतलब जैसे इस तरह से इलेक्ट्रॉनिक उससे होगा, तो पेपर जो है वो थोड़ा टफ हो जाता है, एंड पेपर मतलब कि मोर एप्लीकेशन ओरिएंटेड हो जाता है. तो देखिए कैसा होता है, डिसीजन लिया जाएगा. बिकॉज yesterday also we had a demo from one of the agencies, and they were using all type of things, artificial intelligence, etc., and all that. So we are learning. We are trying to figure out whether it is doable or not. But we have lots of challenges, in the sense that look, our people are at different places. So suppose somebody is there in, say, place like Jabalpur. अब वो वहाँ लाइट नहीं आ रही, किसी टाइम लाइट का प्रॉब्लम हो गई, फिर क्या करेंगे? तो देयर आर so many issues.
Sir, I have a suggestion.
Yeah, please.
Some states are passing out, and ऐसे ही आप भी सर पास कर दो सबको.